Welcome to day 26 of Reset, Restart, Refocus. Okay, so today I did a little experiment with my body this afternoon. So before we get into that, let's find out what my day was like. So first of all, here's my weigh-in. Yes, I was 174.2. So I was really happy to see a little bit of a lower number. I lost 1 pound overnight, which was good. And I was happy to see that number because that's my lowest weight so far for the reset. So it was a good thing. I was just happy about that. So okay, so here is what I ate today. Okay, so in this little jar or cup, I have a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I filled up the rest with water and I added a squirt of water drops. Okay, so it's 1 o'clock and it's time to break my fast. So I'm going to start off with 5 pepperoni and cheese roll-ups. Okay, so it's 1:30 and I'm going to have a lettuce wrapped cheeseburger with bacon and avocado. Oh my goodness, it's delicious. And then I'm going to have some of my ranch seasoned pork rinds and a little cup of dill pickles. Okay, so I had that little tiny container that I filled up with water and apple cider vinegar, and I just squirted a teeny bit of water drops that's sweetened with stevia in it, and I drank it up, and it was actually pretty tasty. But I like vinegary taste. It doesn't bother me. And I make an electrolyte drink with apple cider vinegar in it, which I'll be showing you how I do that tomorrow. So anyway, it was really good. And then of course I had my pepperonis and cheese and to break my fast, and then a half an hour later I had my burger and pork rinds and all that stuff that you saw. So one of the reasons for eating the pepperoni to break my fast and then eating the other stuff is to help my insulin levels stay on an even keel. And it's according to Thomas DeLauer, it's the best way to break a fast. But I watched a video of his, and he actually said in this video that I watched that you're supposed to break your fast with some kind of fat and then wait an hour before you eat your meal. Well, I don't have time for that. I can't do that properly because I only get an hour for lunch. And that's the time when I get hungry, and that's the time my body wants to eat. So I really don't have time for that. And so I'm really not doing it the right way. So I don't know what the point is if I'm not really doing it correctly. But I'm going to continue to do it just because I feel like it's kind of helping me feel full longer for sure, because I have that high fatty snack and then I eat something else after that. So I'm going to continue with it, but it's still not optimizing the fast the way it should be. Anyway, that's enough of that. So anyway, what I just showed you wasn't all that I had today. I have to tell you what I did. So at work, my friend Deb had made some almond flour pancakes, all keto friendly, everything that she showed me the recipe, and they looked delicious. They were little tiny, 3-inch pancakes maybe. They were really thick and fluffy, and they looked good. So she told me to come by and get some when it was time to break my fast. Well, I forgot to bring some syrup to put on them, so I asked her if I could take them home and eat them then. So she wrapped them up, and I brought them home with me. So she told me, now before you eat these pancakes, I want you to test your blood sugar and find out what it is. Eat the pancakes. 2 hours later, check it again. and see if it spikes your insulin, because it didn't spike hers, and she's diabetic. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to try it out. And it'll be a nice little treat. Even though I wasn't hungry, I still ate it. So anyway, this was my blood glucose and my ketones before I ate the pancakes. All right, it's 4:30. I'm going to eat those pancakes, and my blood glucose is 86. Okay, and my ketones are 2.3 at 4:30 before I eat the pancakes. Oh, and I guess I should show you what the pancakes looked like. I took a video of that too. So here they are. Okay, so it's 4:30, and my friend at work gave me some of these keto pancakes that she made with almond flour and all the other stuff. And so I warmed it up. They're little tiny, like 3-inch pancakes. I put some butter on top, and I'm using some of this homemade maple syrup that I made. All right, and so what happened after I ate those at 4:30? Well, here's my blood glucose and my ketones 2 hours later. Okay, so 2 hours after I had those two little pancakes, my blood glucose is up to 91. And my ketones are down to 1.8. So that experiment was a big fail. Now I'm curious as to what it's going to be in the morning. So I guess in the morning I'll test my blood glucose and my ketones again. See what happens. Alright, so as you can see, my blood glucose went up. It went up by 5 points, which I don't think that's really bad. You know, it was 91, it was 86 before, 91 after. I don't think that's too bad. I did see a little rise in the blood glucose, but I'm not diabetic, so I didn't expect to be in the hundreds or anything like that. But I did see a rise in it. And then my ketones were down by 5. I was 1.8, and before I ate them I was 2.3. So, I mean, take it for what it is. I just think that that one little bit isn't going to hurt me. But I have to tell you, I do feel bloated because I ate when I wasn't hungry. And so my stomach is feeling over full right now. So I have a feeling that it's going to affect me on the scale in the morning, because when I feel like this in the evening, I always have a little bit of a rise in water weight afterwards. So anyway, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I knew what I was doing. I knew the consequences and what could probably happen. And so that was it. That was my experiment. Now, one takeaway that I'm taking from this experiment is what would happen if I did that every single day for a week. Now, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to mess around with what I have going on right now. But I was just wondering, you know, I used to have sweeteners in those water drops. I used to put those in my water every single day, all day long. I used to put the coffee drops in my coffee every morning. I was having sweetener all day long. And I wasn't checking my ketones or my blood glucose at the time, but I just wondered the effect that something like that would have on me over a period of time. And yeah, maybe that's why I put myself in a stall, got discouraged, and got on that struggle bus for so long. So I'm really going to pay attention to that. You know that I haven't had stevia or anything like that since I started this reset, and now it kind of makes me wonder if I should give it up completely for quite a while now, which I think I'm going to do. So anyway, that's enough about that. That's my experiment. That's what I did. And yeah, I expect to see a weight gain in the morning. Alright, so anyway, let's go on to part 3. No, let's go on to part 4 of our rapid fat burning lesson video, whatever it is, from Dr. Bird. Alright, that was a blooper. I just totally lost my train of thought. Okay, so anyway, today, part 4 is the last part, and we're going to talk about fat. This is what he has to say about fat. So just like I said in the video yesterday, the leaner the protein, the higher the insulin spike. I don't know why I had to look at the paper to tell you that. The leaner the protein, the higher the insulin spike. And you know what? I talked to one of the pharmacists at work today, and he says that's true. So anyway, it just kind of confirmed what Dr. Berg said. So one thing that he was saying for rapid fat burning is we should be getting our fat from the proteins that we eat and not so much from added fat. Now he said that you can add, you know, some butter to your meat or to your vegetables or something like that, but be really careful and mindful about how much extra fat you're adding if you want rapid fat burning. So he gave off a list of proteins, a protein to fat ratio on a bunch of foods. And what he was saying is the foods that you eat, if the fat ratio is higher than the protein ratio, that's good for rapid fat burning. So let's look at his list and see what types of things are actually the best for you to eat as far as fats go and proteins. Okay, so the first one is bacon. Bacon has a lot of vitamin B1, which I told you yesterday when I was talking about pork, which is good for insulin resistance. So if you have insulin resistance, chug on the bacon, or eat the bacon, or scarf on the bacon, whatever you want to do. Eat bacon. Alright, so bacon has a 50-50 fat to protein ratio. The next one on his list was brie. Have you ever had brie? You know what? I consider myself a cheesemonger. I love cheese. I'm obsessed with cheese. One of the things about keto that I love is that I can eat cheese and lose weight. But I've never had brie. I don't know why, but I never have. And this kind of makes me want to try it out. So for brie, the ratios are 48 fat, 38 protein. That is really good. Chicken is 26 fat to 44 protein. Eggs are 18 fat to 20 protein. So that's about even. He said the even numbers are good, but the best ones are the higher fat to protein. Fish is 14 fat to 42 protein. Steak is 26 fat to 46 protein. Lamb is 36 fat to 46 protein. Hamburger, ground beef, is 50% fat to 25% protein. That is really good. Okay, so that was 70% protein, or 70% fat. He has burger on here 3 times. So 70% ground beef is 50 fat, 25 protein. Let's get that right. 75% ground beef is 40 fat to 30 protein. And the highest in fat is 80% ground beef is 30 and 30. So it's just about even. I almost dropped my paper. I'm not cutting that out. So according to what he said, is the fattiest hamburger that you can find is the best for you, which we already know, and that's what I do. Alright, so he gave 4 suggestions on the best types of fats to eat for rapid fat loss. The first one is pecans. Pecans are the best nuts that you can have on keto because of their fat to protein ratio, plus the carbs are the lowest. I like that. Brie is awesome, according to Dr. Berg. So I'm just going to have to try it. The next time I go to a grocery store, that sells brie. I'm going to buy it and I'm going to try it out and see, because I've never had it. Avocado is third on his list, and I try to consume avocado nearly every day. And then fourth was butter. So anyway, that kind of wraps up this entire series for the rapid fat burning. If you want to take notes and go back and watch it and, you know, kind of figure it out on your own, yeah, be my guest. So anyway, that's the end of that. And tomorrow, we'll have something else to talk about. So anyway, I'm interested to see what my weight's going to look like in the morning. I'm not going to be sad if it's up a little, because I know what I did. Anyway, that's all for today. So until next time, keep calm and keto on.